Good morning, students. So we shall continue this lesson, that is the first war of Indian independence 1857. In last video you learnt about all the reasons, that is political reason, economic reason, administrative reason and military reason. So here in your book or for exams if they ask what are the religious reason, I will tell you that. In military reason only few are the points. That only, and also about Royal Enfield gun, that also comes in a religious reason. So here next is what was the immediate cause for this mutiny. So here already you know the Britishers they introduced this Royal Enfield guns, and the bullet which was to be put in that gun, it had a covering of the fat of the pig and cow. So by this what happened, the soldiers did not agree for that. Why? Because they had to chew that, they had to bite it and remove the covering, and then they should put that bullet in the guns. So they did not agree for that. By this what happened, the British officer he started ordering the Indian soldiers to do that. He started forcing them. And Mangal Pandey, who was one of the soldiers among that, he killed that British officer there only, and the British officer he died there. We shot him and he died there only. And next Mangal Pandey, what happened? He was arrested and later on he was hanged to death. So now this became the immediate cause for the mutiny. But how it was spread throughout India? So here Meerut, the spread of the mutiny. Meerut was a major British military base. The Indian soldiers stationed here refused to use the bullets of the new guns. Many soldiers were arrested. This led to mutiny in Meerut. The soldiers barged into the prison and released the imprisoned soldiers. So see here, Meerut. This incident took place in Barakpur, but Meerut it was considered to be as the main base of military. So there what happened, the Indian soldiers there also they refused to use these new guns, and many soldiers there also they were arrested. So this led to the mutiny in Meerut. The soldiers rushed into the prison and released the imprisoned soldiers. So see here when in Meerut also this incident took place. The soldiers they did not agree to use these guns. By this what happened, the Britishers, what they did, they imprisoned the Indian soldiers, and who were there left, they revolted against the British, and those who were in prison they released them from the prison, and they fought there with the British. And later on what happened, see, this became the seed for the Indian freedom movement. Understood? By this what happened, this became the main reason for the freedom, for the first war of Indian independence. A group of soldiers reached Delhi from Meerut. They entered the Red Fort and declared the Mughal king Bahadur Shah II as the emperor of India. What they did, see here, these Meerut soldiers, the Indian soldiers who were in prison, they released them, and all these soldiers together they went to Delhi, and they made Bahadur Shah II, a Mughal ruler, they made him as the king of or the emperor of India. Due to various reasons, the protesting soldiers reached Delhi. The protest became intensified. This spread like a wildfire to Delhi, Kanpur and Jhansi. So here, due to various reasons, this protest reached to Delhi. From Meerut it reached to Delhi. Understood? Due to many reasons, and many people were there who joined this soldier, and again in Delhi also this revolt was continued, and not only in Delhi but also Kanpur and Jhansi it was spread. There all people, what they did, they again revolted against the British. Nana Sahib of Kanpur rose in a revolt. Understood? In Kanpur was there Nana Sahib, he fought against the British. Tatya Tope was his assistant. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai provided leadership to the revolt. Tatya Tope came to the support of Rani Lakshmi Bai after the fall of Kanpur to the happened? Tatya Topi helped her in this revolt and she fought against the British. Where? In Jhansi she fought. Next year, later the protest spread to Lucknow. Now Jhansi, Kanpur it spread in Delhi, it spread in Meerut, and now it came to Lucknow. But finally Lucknow fell into the British. Now the freedom struggle spread to the south of river Yamuna. This influenced the soldiers of Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai, who was angered by the doctrine of lapse, declared war on the British. So here it spread to Lucknow. And also by spreading to Lucknow, what happened? The Britishers, they controlled somehow the situations in Lucknow. But again it was spread to the southern part of river Yamuna. And there Rani Lakshmibai, she took advantage of this. Why? Because she was already opposing the Britishers due to doctrine of lapse. Due to doctrine of lapse policy. There what happened? She fought with the Britishers. She captured Gwalior. She died a heroic death while battling the British in another battle. Even today Rani Lakshmibai has a special place in the annals of Indian freedom struggle. So here, while she was fighting with the Britishers, there only she died, fighting with the Britishers. But she died an heroic death, means she died while fighting with the British in that battle. She already had captured Gwalior. Until now, till today also, Rani Lakshmibai is remembered for her bravery, for her courage. Understood? So here we see this mutiny, how it spread in Meerut, Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur, Jhansi, and all other places. So next, reasons for the failure of the mutiny. In spite it was fought, it became a failure. And so the Indians were not at all successful in this mutiny. Why? See here. The first war of Indian independence failed due to various reasons. And so due to many reasons it was failed. So what were the reasons? See, it did not cover every part of India. It was mainly concentrated on the issues of the rights of kings and queens rather than liberation of the country. So here already I have said it. Subsidiary alliance was there, doctrine of lapse was there, dual government was there. When the kings and the queens, they faced problem. If one part of the king, he is facing problem from the British, and then only he revolted. The other, they did not do anything. Again, when the other king or queen, when there was problem for them, at that time only they revolted. The others, they did not fight. Understood? So here, they fought with the Britishers when only they had problem with them. Understood? In spite of this, if they could be united and they could kick out the Britishers from India, at that time what happened? There would be unity and they would fight for the sake of the country. Understood? That they should liberate India, they should free India for the sake of country. They would fight. At that time the Britishers, they would leave India. But here what happened? Instead of fighting for nationalism, for patriotism, they fought for themselves. Means when they did not get anything, at that time they fought for that. So as it was not a planned mutiny, there were many unexpected results. So earlier proper planning was not there. Understood? Proper strategy was not there. So for that also it became unsuccessful. The unity among the British and the disunity among the Indian soldiers resulted in its failure. So the British officers, British soldiers, whoever Britishers were there in India, those all were united. Understood? They was all were united. But in India, how it was? The kings, the queens, the common people, they were not at all united. Understood? They fought among themselves and also they fought with the Britishers. So this also became the reason. Next, the mutiny lacked direction and leadership. Understood? Lacked direction means one thing we have done. Now next what we should do? After that what we should do? So proper direction was not there, and also leadership. Means proper leader was not there. That king was a leader. When he fought, again the other king was there, and later after few days, few years, he will fight. So here proper leadership was not there. Proper planning was not there. The soldiers also lacked discipline and organizing skills. The The Indian soldiers lacked military strategies, planning capabilities and soldiering skills. Here, simply when the royal guns were introduced, they opposed and the mutiny was started. But here, the soldiers did not have any modern weapons, and also they did not have any plannings, strategies, means plans, one by one what we should do, how we should defeat the Britishers. If you do this thing, then this will happen. They did not have any planning. Just simply fighting means they just simply fought. The freedom fighters lacked a definite aim. Many of the Indian kings extended their loyalties to the British and did not support the freedom fighters. The plundering and other crimes committed by the sepoys made them to lose the faith of common people. So see here, the freedom fighters lacked a definite aim. See here, soldiers, why they revolted against the British? Because of Royal Enfield guns. This queen, Rani Lakshmibai, why she fought? Because of doctrine of flags. So there was no particular definite aim. Understood? When it's problem for me, I will fight. When it's problem for them, they will fight. When it's problem for any other person, he will fight. There was no particular definite aim that they wanted freedom. Understood? Next again, many Indian kings and other people, zamindars and all, many people were there who supported the British. If anything is happening here, they used to give that news to the British before only. So they were loyal to the British, not to the Indians. And also many sepoys were there, such sepoys were there, such soldiers were there who plundered everything. And simply putting fire to anything, simply destroying the temples and anything public places, destroying that all. By this what happened, the common people whoever were there, they lost faith in the soldiers. Soldiers means they are such dangerous people. They will do like this. So this also became the reason for the failure of this war. Due to such activities of soldiers, the common people, they could not support the soldiers. One or few people were there who did this, but it came on the entire soldiers. Understood? So next is the results of the mutiny. So see your results. The governance of East India Company came to an end and the governance of British government started. So earlier when the Britishers they came to India, at that time East India Company was there in India. And so with the name of East India Company they came to India. So now due to this first war of Indian independence, this East India Company, it was ended. Understood? It was finished. And the new government, that is British government, it came and it was started. And started British government. The name was there. The administration of India was handed over to Secretary of Indian Affairs of the British Parliament. Understood? Now the administration of India. There in England, the British Parliament was there. In that Parliament, a secretary was there. And this secretary used to look after the administration of India. Understood? So he used to maintain whatever in India was there, he used to order. If he ordered, then only in India this thing would happen. Anything it might do. Any administration it might do. Regarding Indian administration, all the powers were given to the secretary. The Queen of Britain passed a declaration in 1858. It had the following aspects. Understood? Here, the Queen of England, she gave that a few aspects means few things. According to that only you should do. So here what were those aspects? In 1858 she gave. First one was the agreements entered by the company with the local kings were accepted. The kings and the company, that is a British government company now it was, whatever the agreements were there, the Britishers, they should accept it. Next, non-pursuance of regional expansion. Non-pursuance means, now the Britishers, they are administrating and the kings whoever are there, the people who are there, they should leave them. They should not go fight war, they should have war and they should conquer those places. Next, third one, providing a stable government for Indians. Understood? So the Indians who were treated, partiality was done between the Indians and the Britishers. So here the Indians also should be given value. They also should be treated properly. Next, equality before the law. Understood? Whatever the law is there, either it might be a Britisher or an Indian, those both should be treated equally. Understood? There should not be any partiality. Next, fifth one, non-interference of the government in religious issues of Indians and practicing religious tolerance. So the Indian religion, whatever it is, the Britishers, they should not interfere into those religious activities. Whatever the Indians want, they can do regarding religion. And here, the Britishers, they should have the religious tolerance, because whatever they did, they should live with them. The Britishers, they should not at all interfere in that. Next thing, the British realized that unless and until they command the love and affection of Indians, ruling India would be a difficult position. So here, by this first war of Indian independence, the Britishers, they came to know that if they force the Indians, if they command, if they order the Indians, at that time what will happen? The Indians, they will not agree. A little bit freedom should be given to the Indians. With love and affection only we should handle them. By that what will happen? They will agree. They came to know that. The inability to listen to the voice of Indians was considered as the main reason for the violence. So whatever the Indians said, the Britishers, they did not at all listen to the Indians. They forced their laws, their restrictions only on them. This also became the reason. If they would listen to the Indians, if they would agree a little bit to the Indians, at that time this would not have happened. Hence they decided to involve the Indians in the process of legislation and implemented policy of association. Understood? So what happens here? The Indians. So here the Indians were also allowed in the process of legislation. Means in the process of making any law, any rule and all, the Indians also were taken there. Few people, few leaders of Indians were also taken while framing any law, any rule and all. And that was called as policy of association. The first war of Indian independence is a like guidepost of future struggles. So see, first war of Indian independence, when it was fought, when it was revolted, that became like a guide. So by this what happened? The people, they got confidence. They came to know, if we do this, then the Britishers, they will leave our country. If we do this, at that time only what will happen? Something will happen to the Britishers. They will agree to us. And all. That's why it became the basic foundation for the other freedom strugglers. This also outlined the importance of seeking alternative channels to pursue future struggles against the British. So here, the further whatever the wars, the battles or the freedom struggles movements took place in India, so it became like the base or the foundation for the different wars, different movements which took place in India. So this much is about the first war of Indian independence. So write down the fill in the blanks. So here first one, the mutiny of 1857 was called as dash by the British historians. See, Indians called it first war of Indian independence, but the Britishers, what they called it? They called it as Sepoy Mutiny. Next, second one, the policy implemented by Dalhousie is called what? Doctrine of lapse. Second one is doctrine of lapse. Next, third one, during the mutiny of 1857, Mangal Pandey killed a British officer. So answer is Mangal Pandey. Next, fourth one, Jhansi Rani took over dash from the British during her war against them. Gwalior. She captured Gwalior. So write down question and answers. First one, what were the results of doctrine of lapse? Discuss. See page number 57. In that political reason is there now. So you should write heading. The results of doctrine of lapse were. You should write like this heading. And the results of doctrine of lapse were Page number 57. So doctrine of lapse, political reason, don't write at all. Start from doctrine of lapse implemented by the British. Start from there. Write point wise. Understood? You make points and write point wise. Here whole para should write. Doctrine of lapse implemented by the British. Many Indian kings had to lose their kingdoms as a result of this policy. Satara, Jaipur, Jhansi, Udaipur and many other states became part of the British Empire. Dalhousie abolished the kingships of Tanjore and Carnatic Nawabs. The British dethroned Mughal kings and many other kings. As a result, many soldiers dependent on these kings became unemployed. This became the main reason for the protest against the British. Understood? So this para you have to write the point wise. So this became the reason. Understood? So if they ask what was the political reason, for this also you have to write the same answer, and for this question also you have to write the same answer. Next, second one. How did the economic policies result in the mutiny of 1857? So here economic policies means economic reason. Here you have to write the heading. The economic policies resulted in the mutiny of 1857 where. So point wise you should write. See page number 57. Economic reason. First line. Industrialization in England. There it is there, no? From there you should start. Industrialization in England. The Indian handicrafts and the industries diminished. England, apart from being an industrialized country, became a workshop of industries. The artisans of India became unemployed. The weavers became the first victims as wool and cloth making industry suffered a lot. The Indian handicrafts became financially pathetic. The British levied high customs on Indian goods entering the market of England. Due to zamindari system, the farmers were exploited by zamindars. Land tax collection rights awarded to talukdars were withdrawn by forming Inam commissions. Inam lands were also withdrawn. As a result, the farmers had to undergo a lot of economic hardships. That all you don't write. Only write up till Inam lands were also withdrawn. Up till withdrawn you write. And next last line, the farmers also protested all these. That much you write. Next, third one. What were the issues that outraged the religious feelings of the soldiers? See here they have not given any religious reason, but you can take your points and write. See first you should write the heading. The issues that outraged the religious feelings of the soldiers were. Where you should write, and you should start from page number 58. Military reason is there now. First point see. Military reason, first para, fourth line. Fourth line. The pressure put on Indian soldiers for overseas work triggered resentment among them due to their religious beliefs. That is first point. Next, second para, below there only. Beginning of the mutiny and its spread, it's there no. That para, fifth line. The same para, fifth line, below there. The British started providing Royal Enfield guns, a type of new and improved guns. A rumor spread that the bullets of these guns were simmered in the fat of pig and cow. The cow was sacred for the Hindus and the pig was prohibited by Muslims. This became a bit up till there, for up till Muslims. Up till there you write, so this is third answer. Next, fourth one. What were the immediate causes of first war of Indian independence? Already I said you. What was the immediate cause? See here again the same answer. Whatever you have written in a third answer, that only you should write. Only that in military reason you have written that point, no, that you should leave. and you should write from beginning of the mutiny and its spread. In that para, you should write from fifth line. The British started providing Royal Enfield guns, a type of new and improved guns. A rumor spread that the bullets of these guns were simmered in the fat of pig and cow. The cow was sacred for Hindus and the pig was prohibited for Muslims. This became the immediate cause for the mutiny. So this you should write as a fourth answer. Next, fifth one. List out the reasons that led to the failure of the mutiny. So here there are many reasons. Page number 59. Reasons for the failure of the mutiny. That whole para. Understood? That whole para you should write. In that you should make points. Point wise means minimum 10 to 11 points it will become. But a main important points you can write any 8 or 9 points. So next, sixth one. What were the main aspects in the declaration of the British Queen? So see here the main aspects in the declaration of the British Queen. Where? See page number 60. Page number 60 there it is starting only. The Queen of British passed a declaration in 1857. It had the following aspects. So all the 5 aspects, all the 5 points you have to write. So this is here the lesson is finished. These are your question answers and fill in the blanks. So in next video we shall start with geography. So I will end here today. Thank you students.